Grealish, Doku and Nunez on the pitch against Fulham, Savio on the bench. Yes, that's what I think I'll start off here today. Now Savio, he wasn't very engaging against Bratislava. He was forced onto a touchline shift. And quite frankly, that is not where Savio excels. Savio is someone who takes on his fullback, who puts in crosses. That's what Savio does. If you put him on a touchline shift, he's gonna be shit. If you want somebody for that touchline shift, the name is Jack Grealish. If you want somebody on the right hand side to put in balls, to take on the fullback, Doku is doing his job just fine at the moment. So against Fulham, I will not be surprised if Savio gets benched. Because Doku is just playing really well right now, and Pep Guardiola clearly wants his left winger to be a touchline winger. Otherwise, Savio would have had freedom against Bratislava. Grealish is a better touchline winger than Savio. That's not Savio's fault. Savio is the best winger in the Premier League at the moment. Pep Guardiola just doesn't know how to use wingers. He always thinks he knows better. But we won't talk about that too much. Everyone knows how much I hate Pep Guardiola. Everyone thinks he's some genius. I think he's just an arrogant bastard. We used to be a genius 15 years ago. So, Haaland as striker. I mean, who's gonna argue about that? Haaland is our striker. But maybe more interesting is our midfield. De Bruyne and Rodri injured. Oscar Bob injured, who is supposed to be like a winger midfielder. Yeah, our midfield is looking a bit skint. Now, you could put Stones into midfield. You could put Kovacic into midfield. I think Stones can play those tougher games. Kovacic can play games like Fulham at home. We don't have a left back at the moment, other than Vardiol. But that's fine. I think for this game, maybe in the long term, you need to find a solution to that. Okay, will be coming back before January, I believe. So, it's not like we're gonna go out and buy a new fullback. I mean, hopefully we are. Hopefully Kyle Walker is gonna buy a new fullback. But currently, Vardiol is our only left back. So he has to play. Diaz is just so good, you can't not play him. Akanji and Lewis, that can be debated about. I prefer Rico Lewis over Kyle Walker. Everybody knows my reasons why. Akanji, I mean, sure, you could put Stones on the pitch for Akanji. I just don't think it's necessary. I just think if you put on Stones, it's for Kovacic, not for Akanji, in my opinion. You take off Kovacic, put Stones into that midfield role. But you can always experiment with that back three. I suppose we have enough quality here. Ederson is of course a no-go. The most interesting to talk about are definitely Foden and Doku. And I suppose Haaland, because in relation to how they were great for Haaland. Foden played really well against Bratislava. You have to calm down. It's one game against Bratislava. With all due respect to Bratislava, it is one game. And it's just Bratislava. So we have to calm down when we say, oh, Foden is back. We don't know why he was out. The thing that they say is injury, or illness rather. It could have been an injury, it could have been something personal that they just didn't want to report honestly about. We don't know why he was out, so we don't know if he's gonna immediately pop off again. But we've seen a good start. So let's see if Foden can continue going here in the season and give us what he gave us last season. That's what I'm hoping for. And if he does, then we'll be fine without Kevin De Bruyne for a while. Though I would like him back. Doku, on that right hand side, he has a lot more creative. He's not so greedy. He's not always trying to take on players. He is a lot less predictable. Because when he's playing on the left, he can only do one thing. Put the ball out for a goal kick or play the ball into fucking Nevada. Whichever he does, he never creates any chances or goals for us. Except for once every 1,000 games, and then people will be like, oh, he's so good. When he plays on the right, he actually plays good, because he doesn't spam take-ons. And this is where I'm seeing Doku play for the majority of his City career. He'll be on this right hand side, within this pocket. He'll take on players, go here, get the ball back, or he'll be in this position and put crosses into the box. That's where I want to see Doku from now on. We have Haaland in the box, tall, strong, can get a head to a ball, and is just a great finisher. But we also have Nunez, who is also rather tall. And if we allow Nunez to just storm the box and have Phil Foden stay behind the box, like on this area here, then he can pick up, Foden can pick up on those loose balls. And we know Foden has a great shot from distance. So that's what I really see this going here, the future for the Man City's offensive tactics, I suppose. And oh, you want to put Savio here instead of Doku? Guess what, he'll do the same job. He'll probably do it better as well, but why put Savio on the pitch when Doku is in form and Savio isn't? Doesn't make sense, does it now? So that is my prediction for the lineup and the tactics here against Fulham. I don't think we'll have any major defensive overhaul in tactics, but we definitely should start looking at it because Man City has not had a clean sheet, and I think Man City has had like 2 or 3 clean sheets, something like that, in like a year. It's really, really bad. So there probably should be a defensive overhaul. I just don't see it immediately. Because the problem is, we want to have our box midfield. We want to have our forwards going full back. We want to have our explosive winger. And we want to have our in-the-box striker. The problem is, you can't have all of those at once. So if you're going to become more solid and concede less goals, you're gonna become less creative. Currently, we don't have a lot of creative players in this side. So becoming less creative when you don't have much creative players is a bit of a problem. So I don't think that we'll be seeing any changes defensively for Man City in quite a while. We would have probably seen a really good defense if Rodri was fit and De Bruyne, and maybe Oscar Bob as well. Alas, that is not where we are at. So this is my prediction. Savio probably comes on if we need a goal, and Doku starts. Now, tell me what you guys think down below in the comments. Who you predict to start? It's really difficult to predict what Pep Guardiola is going to do in these early stages of the seasons because he's always experimenting. But this is my best attempt at a prediction here. Maybe a bit wild saying Nunez will start in midfield, but he's got to get his minutes. Like, realistically, if we keep him, it's to play him. He's got to get his minutes somewhere. And this is a game where I think, sure, Nunez is pretty tall. If you just cross him balls with Doku, okay, even if Haaland doesn't get to them, maybe Nunez does. If it's 2 players on Haaland, maybe Nunez can create some space and get to easy headers. So, pretty much forcing Fulham to put only 1 person on Haaland rather than 2. And we all know, if you have only 1 man marking Haaland, it better be Saliba or Rudiger, or you're conceding a goal. Whichever the case, I think Man City should win against Fulham if we play the way I play, or if we play the way Pep plays. I'm probably better. I won the treble with Norwich on FIFA. Pep won the treble in real life. I won it on FIFA. Tell me what's better down below. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, tell me what you predict as well. I'll go with a 3-1 for the Man City. 3-1 for the Man City. And that's it for me. Thank you for watching to the end, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.